Good Thursday morning, folks. I'm running a little bit late this morning getting my meal for 1 or 2 ready. I thought that I got up this morning and oh my, it was 47 degrees and that's cold for me. So soup or chili or something like that sounded good. So today I'm going to make a little recipe that's chili for 1. You can multiply it, of course, and make more. But I'm just going to do chili for 1 and try to get it uploaded where y'all will get it sometime on Thursday. I had some running to do this morning, and I had company yesterday. Normally it comes out right after midnight, so I uploaded on Wednesday, but somebody else took my time. You spell it grandkids, but anyway, and they're worth it. So right now I'm going to get some chili for 1 going and show y'all how I do it. Then you can make some at your house and enjoy it. So come on over to the butcher block. My hamburger, when I'm going to be doing like for 1 or 2, I'll go ahead and divvy it up in little 8-ounce portions, and I do weigh it. And so I've got my 8 ounces of beef here, and what I'm going to do is put some olive oil in the skillet at about a tablespoonful, and I'm going to put my onions in and let them cook just a little bit till they're translucent. And then I'm going to add my garlic, and when it's fragrant, you don't want to do it too long, it'll get bitter. And so after that, then I'll add my meat. It's still frozen. I'm going to add it and let it cook down, and I'm just going to kind of break it in pieces. I don't want it real crumbly if I can help it. Then we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of canned beans, and if I had some cooked pintos, I would do that. And basically, I don't like beans in chili, but I'm going to go by the recipe because I like Wendy's chili, and they have beans in theirs. You know that little restaurant, Wendy's, fast food? And we need a can of diced tomatoes. And we're going to need a little bit of chili powder, cumin, salt, and a little snitch of basil it calls for. I've never put basil in my chili. I save that for Italian food. But we're going to try it and see if it's yummy. Sometimes if you just follow the plan, follow the directions, walk the road that's already been established, it works. So we're going to see. Okay, let's get a little bit of olive oil into the skillet. Now, I like to use this stand pan. It's, I don't know, probably a 12-inch pan, but it won't stick, so it's certainly not going to make a pan full of chili for 1 person, but I like a big enough pan. How's that? So I'm just going to add, y'all, I'm so blessed. I bet you I mailed 15 aprons today. They know me well at the post office, and it's so fun when I walk in and I'm the apron lady. Okay, let me go ahead and open while my oil's heating. You know how to tell when your oil's hot? It gets kind of a glimmery, shimmery to it. That's better than sticking your finger in there to see if it's hot. I wouldn't do that if I was y'all. I would just look at it and see what it looks like. Now, y'all know me. This recipe is calling for a 1/4 cup of these beans, but I'm just going to put some. It's calling for every bit of this. Look at there, I didn't go around enough. It's calling for all of the tomatoes, which that's the given. That's what chili's all about. Let me get me a measuring spoon and a little container, and I will go ahead and measure out my spices. Okay, we are going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now it calls for kosher. I'm using sea salt, which is a good salt. It's going to take a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder and a 1/4 of cumin. Guess I could take the lid off where I could dip it, huh? If you like cumin a lot, you can put some extra in it. I guess I just put a little extra, didn't it? Because I spilt it on top of the lid. And a 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. Okay, I think that's our spices. It is. So let's put our onion in and let it start to cook some. Another thing I've told y'all about this scan pan is you can use metal utensils and it does not hurt the non-stick finish. So that's good. Okay, I'm just going to let that cook. Make sure it's all got a little bit of olive oil on it. Just grease each little piece up real good. I wonder if it'll work like suntan lotion. If I grease it up real good with this oil, is that going to keep it from cooking? Hope not. Because we need it to cook. Okay, I'm just going to let that, I've got that on a medium heat, and I'm going to let that go for just a jiffy. And then I'm going to measure out some of the beans, but that don't mean I'm only going to use a fourth of a cup. Let me see here. I'm going to pour some of this water off. This is a half cup measurement. This says chili for one, so if I add a few extra beans, it'll probably be enough for me and Troy both. So there's a half cup of kidney beans, red kidney beans, and I got these at Aldi's, Dakota brand, and they're very good. Man, I'm just cleaning up as I go, and y'all are just getting to walk around the kitchen with me and listen to me rattle. What's new? I got up early today and mailed aprons, and I made a run down to Humble, which is about 20 miles, to check on some fabric that a lady was wanting, a particular fabric for some aprons, and I'm sad they didn't have it. I've seen some like it before, but I can't find it, so I guess I'll just keep looking. Those are softened a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic so I can get this showing. You know, I'm going to go ahead and put this meat in because it's frozen and let it start falling a little bit. Pinch over. That'll be a good idea. Do y'all wash your bags and reuse them? If it's something that I can wash good with soap and water and reuse it, I do, because it's not filling the landfill and it's saving money. Now this would be a good one to wash really good, because I'm going to make some more pizza dough after a while, and I can oil it up and put some pizza dough in it for those young'uns to make. They're supposed to be here the next 2 or 3 days, coming back and forth with their mama to help me with some chores that I want to get done. So I'll have some pizza dough ready, and when they get hungry, they know how to roll that dough out and fill it. Now Saturday, y'all will see the pizza dough rolled out and used. The kids, what each pizza looks like and how we made our pizzas and all. That'll be the video on Saturday, because we saw the pizza dough and now we're going to put it to use. Okay, I'm going to turn that a little bit lower and let that meat thaw and brown a little bit. And then I'll bring y'all back and we'll finish this chili for one. Y'all can hop in there and get you some, make it. Okay, y'all can see that my meat is browned now. And if you're not used to cooking, you just want to put the onion in there and cook it until it looks kind of clear. It changes colors a little bit. About 5 minutes stirring it on medium. If it starts to brown, that's starting to caramelize, which tastes yummy, but that's not what you wanted in your chili. I'm going to add in a 14 and a half, 15 ounce can of diced tomatoes. And then I'm going to add in my spices, and sometimes I like to add a little extra, you know, because it don't have enough flavor. I really think it's going to need more chili powder, so I'm going to see here in a minute what it tastes like. Because see, everything's done at this point. So you're not tasting raw meat if you taste. I'm going to put my beans in. And I told you I put a half a cup instead of a fourth, because that stretches it a little bit. And y'all know how I am about my onion and garlic powder. It's over here on the cabinet behind me just hollering, what about me? What about me? It feels left out, y'all, because I hadn't used any of it. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to use a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to add some more chili powder. That's yummy, but that's about another teaspoon of chili powder. So what did I have, 1/4 of a teaspoon? Maybe a good teaspoon. And I think chili needs lots of garlic in it, so I'm going to add some garlic powder to it. Y'all know me. How can I break tradition here? Let's see. It's hot. You have to blow it. Okay, I'm going to add about 1/2 of a teaspoon of garlic powder to give it a little more garlic flavor, because that's what I love. Depending on how hungry you are, this will feed 2 people. And you just want to let it cook and simmer just a little bit. So I'm going to put it on low and just let it cook down a little bit. And then if I add something else to it, I'll be sure and tell you, because I don't want y'all to not have yours taste just as good as mine. Okay, I've let it simmer for about 5 minutes. I don't want all the juice gone out of it. So there is how you make chili for 1 or 2. You know, I like chili, but Troy's not real crazy about it. So this way I can make a little batch and have me a couple of bowls of chili without a bunch that goes to waste. Or, like I've told y'all, I hate to freeze stuff because it ends up then freezer burning and getting thrown out. So I'd rather make small batches and it be all eat up. So I think this will be well enjoyed here in a few minutes. I'll get some in a bowl and show y'all what I'm going to eat for lunch. Then I'll get it uploaded where you can make you some tomorrow. Y'all, I forgot my basil. So this is some that I grew that I freeze dried. Calls for 1/2 teaspoon. And that may be 1/2 and maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but that's what we're using. And this is my mortar and pestle right here. I'm just going to crush it with my fingers. I'm going to run over there and add that to the chili. And before I dish it up, I wanted to get the right amount of flavors of everything. Okay, I dished 1/2 of it up in my little cool little dish here. And instead of crackers or cornbread, I have croutons, which I love to have with soup or chili. You can make your own. Cut your stale bread up in little 1" or so little cubes. Toss it in butter with your garlic and onion powder, and then put it in the oven until it dries out. And it makes a wonderful addition to soups or salads or chili. So there you go, folks. Get your little 1/2 pound of beef and get busy. Y'all have made me so happy the way you've responded to the meals for 1 or 2 on Thursdays. And so I'm going to keep doing them. Now, it might come out at 1 a.m. on Thursday, and it may come out at 12 midnight Thursday. But I try to have them at the same time every week. Sometimes I don't make a 100. Sometimes I barely pass. But anyway, y'all need to make this chili. Don't make a whole bunch. Like I said, it probably makes 3 to 4 cups of chili. So that would make a bunch of Frito pies. But if you're eating a bowl of chili, it depends on how hungry you are, how many people you can feed. So make you some chili. And I've got cornbread recipes. I just told you how to make croutons. You know how to buy saltine crackers, so you really don't have a big excuse. Most of this would be in your pantry if you have meat in your freezer, so you should be able to just whip some out. Now I would like to grate some cheese on the top and maybe chop some green onions, but I thought I would just show it just like it came out of the skillet that I made it in. So y'all try to make you some. Comment down below and let me know if you liked it. And listen, if you haven't subscribed yet, I sure would like for you to hit that button and subscribe. And then that little bell, hit the little bell so you'll be notified when I put another video up. And there's a little thumb down there. Give me that thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, just keep it to yourself. I like thumbs ups. The good Lord bless and keep y'all. I'll see you back here Saturday with when we used our pizza dough and what we did with it. And y'all are going to want to make you some if you haven't already. I'll see you Saturday.